Happy New Year, everybody. 2025 is here, and this is the perfect time for some UFC fighters to make a long-lasting change. So here's some UFC fighters, as well as their New Year's resolutions. Alex Pereira, stop sabotaging your legacy. Alex found himself as a top 15, maybe even top 10 MMA fighter of all time. Everybody loved him. He fought everyone put in front of him. He moved up. He wasn't afraid of a challenge. Beat all the former light heavyweight champions of the last 4 years. Beat the last 2 middleweight champions before Dricus du Plessis. He brought stability to a division that was hot potatoing the belt around like crazy. It's now become painfully obvious that he's ducking Magomed Ankalaev. Well, I honestly think that Alex Pereira wants to fight Magomed Ankalaev. I think that Dana White, the UFC, as well as maybe Alex Pereira's management is stopping him or telling him not to. If he doesn't fight Ankalaev and he rematches Hill or has a trilogy with Yuri Prochazka, fights Dominic Reyes or Carlos Ulberg, any of those names, it's going to seriously impact his standing among fans, and it's going to put an asterisk next to his championship reign. Renato Moicano, continue to maximize your minutes. It's something that he did very well in 2022, 2023, 2024. Every year it built on itself. The post-fight speeches got even more outrageous. I'd like to see even more of that. Call out McGregor, I don't care. Keep being you, keep talking about economic policy, stuff like that. And depending on how the Beneil Dariush fight goes, it is going to be a big year for Money Moicano. Jiang Weili, defend your belt more than once a year. Okay, her last couple of fights she took no damage, and she's still taking a year off between fights. It's a little bit weird. She's fighting Tatiana Suarez at UFC 312, but there's also another contender right now. Verna Jandiroba has been sitting on the shelf for a while now. She deserves her shot, so I hope that she can get 2 fights in 2025. Her last 3-4 fights have all had a 11 to 12 month gap between them. Seems a little weird, especially when she takes very little damage. Again, steamrolled Carla Esparza. She outstruck Amanda Lemos 296 to 29. The Yan Jianan fight at UFC 300 went to decision, but she was very dominant there too. So no more long layoffs in 2025. 2 defenses, maybe 3. That would be ideal. Yuri Prochazka, keep your fucking hands up. I'm begging you. Keep them at 11-1 and just hold them there. I get it, you want to be a samurai. That's not going to work against power punchers. Yuri is powerful and durable, but he isn't quite as quick as the later divisions. He can't get away with it in the ways that a Stephen Thompson or even an Adesanya can. I understand that Yuri is a wild man, and I don't want to take that away from him. His recklessness makes him a fan favorite fighter, but to be more successful in that division, he needs a little bit more defensive structure. Cory Sandhagen, read less books, smoke more cigarettes, wear a leather jacket, basically turn into the Fonz. Maybe that's a little much. Alternatively, you could do something closer to Joe Cool, Snoopy's alter ego, right? Wear a turtleneck, wear sunglasses, go nonverbal. Or the artist formerly known as Cory Sandhagen. Cory needs more mystique. The YouTube's great. I follow him on Instagram. He writes very great captions, but he needs mystique. Mario Bautista, have a fight of the night. That is the only way that this guy is going to rehab his image. He's still permanently damaged his career trajectory, but he can at least stop some of the bleeding. There's a lot of guys in that division. There's a lot of candidates. Davison Figueiredo would be a banger. Pedro Munoz maybe. Go out there and throw leather. Don't clinch. Don't shoot a single takedown. Maybe even just tell people you're sorry. That's a start. Dricus du Plessis, stay goofy. Keep doing what you're doing, because whatever it is, it's working. The guy can miss a punch, land flat on his face, and still somehow manage to get a single leg takedown. The guy's got plot armor. He's putting on a tremendous string of performances. Whitaker, Strickland, Adesanya is a great run to go on. Even if you want to tack Derek Brunson on that too, that is a great string of 4 wins. Dricus hasn't faced anyone with the wrestling of Hamzat Chimaev, but Hamzat Chimaev hasn't faced anyone as awkward as Dricus du Plessis. Belal Muhammad, finish a fight convincingly. If Ian Gary and his flimsy arms can almost rear naked choke Shavkat, then Belal probably has enough strength and experience in the grappling department to finally finish a fight. Shavkat Rakhmonov also seemed like he was tiring out kind of at the end of the 5th there. I think Belal has the best cardio in that division. He could probably wear on him more than an Ian Gary could. And with a little bit of luck, This could be his best chance to finish someone with grappling. Julianna Pena, relinquish the belt while you still can. Kayla Harrison is going to bulldoze her. It's not going to be competitive. It is not going to be close. I will die on the hill that Raquel Pennington beat Julianna Pena. Raquel's striking was actually pretty decent in that fight. She was pressing the issue a lot. One of the rare times I enjoyed women's MMA this year, and then they robbed her. Merab and Aljo's resolution is combined. They need to suck off Dana White. Merab did it a little bit when he won the belt. He was like, thank you, UFC. I love the UFC. I love Dana White. But he needed to do it a little bit more. Same with Aljo. They're going to continue to give you bad stylistic matchups. They gave you one. They said, here's your freebie. Here's Calvin Kattar. He can't really wrestle well, and he's coming off a knee surgery. They're going to keep giving Aljo bad matchups. They're going to punish Merab for beating O'Malley. They really wanted to make O'Malley versus Umar, because then they were going to do the Irish, Russian, Conor McGregor, Khabib type deal. They can't do that, so they're just angry. They're making him turn around quick. And then Aljamain Sterling is saying that they're making him turn around quick on Twitter, just like they made him turn around quick between the Henry Cejudo fight and the Sean O'Malley fight. This isn't going to help their case. They need to delete those tweets and just only talk good about the UFC from now on, because that's the only way that they're going to at least break even. All right, they're already hurting themselves with their style of fighting, so they at least need to be company men. Hamzat Chimaev, stay healthy. Wash your hands. Stay out of airports, like common shit. I don't need him pulling out of fights again. Based on what Belal did to Leon, I think he would have beat Leon, and then he would have had a title shot in 2021, maybe instead of Jorge Masvidal. We could have stopped this whole saga of him fighting Nate Diaz, and all of this could have been avoided if he didn't get COVID, and if you wouldn't have trained while having COVID. So if Hamzat does get a cold, eat some chicken noodle soup, watch a game show, have a nap, okay? That's the best advice I can give him. Cyril Gane, lock in. Cyril Gane's lack of success comes from mostly out of cage air. Recently, he's been busy acting, and his coach and gym aren't great. If he fixes those, 2025 could be a bit of a resurgence year for him. He could have a far better 2025 than he did 2023 and 2024. Tony Ferguson, fight a can. He's got the hair transplant. He's got a degree now. Every once in a while, we'll see a glimmer of hope, like when Tony dropped Michael Chandler, or when he was actually outstriking Bobby Green a little bit in their fight, having some moments against Paddy Pimblett. So if you put him against someone who's absolutely horrible, like if you bring back Mike Jackson and you have them fight at welterweight, or you keep Mickey Gall around, or something like that, someone with kind of a shitty chin who Tony could clip, because I need a Tony Ferguson win in 2025. He's already undefeated this year, so hopefully he can keep that going. Jamal Hill, close your mouth. I really miss the old Jamal Hill. You know, he was really cocky going into the Paul Craig fight, got his arm broken, and then he comes back and he's kind of a different guy. A little bit more reserved. He beats Glover, and I really thought he was going to hold onto that belt for a long time. I thought this is the next generation of light heavyweight. This is a changing of the guard. But I guess him not being the biggest start light heavyweight kind of eats away at him. Yuri is beloved. Pereira is beloved. He was also beloved, but not as much. So he tries to go in there and tear these people down on social media. Alex knocked him silly. He's like, actually, I was winning that fight. No, it was like a minute, 2 minutes in. You can't really judge, oh, I was winning that fight. Deleting Twitter would do him wonders. Shamil Gaziev, close your mouth. For the exact opposite reason of Jamal Hill, he can't stop letting words come out of his mouth. Shamil Gaziev needs to stop food from coming in. Jon Jones, put on your big boy pants. It's the fight that everybody wants to see in 2025, and only one party involved actually wants it. Most of the big fights, dream fights from the last couple of years here have been mutual. Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski want to fight each other. They want to figure out who the best in the world is. Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje, they want to figure out who the baddest motherfucker is. That's cool. I like that. That's easy. Oh, both these guys want to fight each other. They want to figure out who's better. That's cool. John is so confident that he's better that he thinks it's a foregone conclusion and therefore he doesn't have to fight Tom. Sometimes you just have to do it anyways. MMA fans want answers. That's what the sport is about. Can this guy stop the wrestling? Can this guy come back after a long layoff? And the question here is, can Tom Aspinall do to Jon Jones what Jon Jones did to everybody else? Can a bigger, younger, hungrier guy beat an older, slower, slightly smaller guy? Even if Jon loses, in many people's eyes, he'll still be the GOAT. And in my opinion, I don't think that Jon really sees the upside to beating Tom. There's a huge amount of upside because he thinks that right now it's going to be a Gustafsson, Ovince St. Preux situation. No, Tom's different, okay? Tom has beat serious contenders. He isn't a flash in the pan name. So just like how Tom beating Jon would do phenomenal work for his legacy, Jon Jones beating Tom Aspinall would make him undeniable. But I just don't think Jon sees it that way. Let me know what fighter you think needs a New Year's resolution in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more MMA content. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good time.